I like to teach the building blocks of financial literacy. And I believe you learn the building blocks of financial literacy from the top down. And interesting enough, many people will go straight into accounting principles, but I believe we need to start with the business accounting profile, because we need to ask questions around the business, which are actually going to directly affect how we're going to build the next building block, which is chart of accounts, and then how the chart of accounts is built out into the general ledger and then ultimately reported on the financial statements. And so I like to start with the business accounting profile. So what is a business accounting profile? A business accounting profile is the detailed assessment of the tasks, the tools, and the processes required for a company to manage their bookkeeping, to prepare tax-ready books. And I use the terminology tax-ready books because I truly believe that all books should be tax-ready all year round. You should not need to have to wait till the end of the year or the following year to be able to prepare your taxes. Your book should be in real time. That means, let's say, for instance, they decide to change the calendar year end to August 2021. If I'm in real time, my books are done all the way through August 2021, I'm tax ready. Also, what tax ready means, it's also finance ready. When you need to get finance, when you need to get a loan, they need financials to be in real time, current. And so that's why I use tax ready. Also, the assessment will provide the information to build the accounting structure for the daily operations for that business. So what does that actually include? First, you start with the business legal entity type and the tax entity type. So what actual type of business is it? First, the legal entity, which is completely separate from the tax status, which is the tax entity. So you got to learn about that. Then you have to learn if they're in a specific industry, also known as a niche or a sub-niche. Then you want to learn the accounting and tax related tasks specific to that industry, specific to that market that they're in. That's where an example of that would be you have to customize a specific chart of accounts. You'd have to customize a specific chart of accounts based on their legal entity, based even on their tax entity, so how they're filing for taxes, and then based on their industry type as well. Do you see how it all builds out? Then once you learn all that, then you need to start figuring out how you're going to document all of this. How are you going to do the documentation, the record keeping? What are the best practices for that particular industry? Again, from the real estate industry, I had to learn how to read HUD statements. I had to learn how to read all the statements line by line. I had to learn how to save those long statements. Those are not 8 by 11s, they're like 8 by 20s. So I had to learn how to scan those and save those and what's the best practice around those. And then lastly, where is the company going? Are they currently a sole proprietor, but then they're going to transition into becoming an S corporation? Are you going to have to change them into another file? Are you going to have to change the names of the accounts? What are the growth plans? Are they working on their own right now as a sole practitioner? And are they planning on bringing in employees? So you're going to have to set up payroll based on their growth plans. You can already incorporate, let's say, those additional services into that fee, or you're going to let them know that in 2-3 months, you're going to have to go ahead and revisit their engagement to make sure that it still falls under the same profile you created when you first set them up. Is there an easier method to capture this basic business information and build out a detailed assessment? And also an area and a method, an opportunity for me to document everything down. So that way, when that business owner is ready to start working with me as an accounting partner, I can just grab that assessment up and we can start working. As I knew that I had to create that easier method because I didn't know of one at the time, that's when I actually designed the new business accounting profile. So the new business accounting profile is essentially a document that I created to have a checklist for my new business owners. It was my opportunity to really list down all of the questions that I know that I would ask every client, regardless if they were a more simple setup or a more complex setup. But also what was important about this needs assessment profile that I created to review with my clients, it wasn't only the information, it was the opportunity for us to start the conversation. It was the opportunity for me to start asking those clarity questions that I knew that we would be getting into very soon as we continue the engagement and the relationship that we are building with one another. So basically, what the business profile does, it allows you to build out that information, but also go deeper into the clarity questions. And that's the new business accounting profile. So let's see this profile in action. So here is the new business accounting profile. And the concept here is to first provide you some quick direction, again, on what an accounting profile is. It's the opportunity to create a detailed assessment of the steps and processes around managing bookkeeping, preparing tax-ready books, and maintaining an organized infrastructure for daily operations and, of course, for growth. So that's the goal of completing a detailed assessment. The steps to use this quick workbook here is just complete the business profile to assess the specific needs and gaps for a business, and then move forward with the questions. Move forward with the questions to create some more discovery and exploration for the business. And then ultimately at the end, this is usually during the beginning of a business engagement or accounting engagement, it's time to assess and decide on the best technology and processes for that business. So this checklist is a PDF fillable checklist with the common questions and basic information that I have obtained from my business owners. When you go towards the bottom, you have an opportunity to add some more additional accounting systems, needs, or basic information, or even information around their operations and infrastructure. But the second page is where you're going to start asking the what questions. And we're going to learn more about the what questions here in this class. But I want you to start thinking about what kind of questions are really important for you to discover for your business. What are your top 3 accounting challenges? What are your top 3 operational challenges? And what are your top 3 growth challenges? So these are your opportunities for go a little deeper, write those down. And again, if you're a business owner, this is a great opportunity to have a deeper discussion with your accounting partner. If you're an accounting partner, this is a great opportunity for you to start thinking through how important it is to start asking those deeper questions to your business clients. And that's the accounting profile. And of course, I want you all to complete this profile on your own as well.